Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is NEStalgiaholic. Hope you guys are doing great. Wanted to show you a board game I used to play all the time as a kid growing up. Came out in 1989 and it is BAM! Heroes Quest. I never got really into Dungeons and Dragons, D&D, or Magic cards, but I did get into this a lot. My buddies and I used to play this all the time. It's a very complex game, so let's take a closer look at it. So here's the cover, guys. I mentioned earlier, it came out in 1989 by Milton Bradley. It is the first one. There were several expansions that were available later on that you could buy, quests and etc. so forth. But the front artwork is just, I think it's just cool as all get out. On the back, it shows definitely kind of looks the 90s with this picture, right? Enter the world of Hero Quest if you dare. It talks about the content, what to look for, more quests. It talks about the 4 heroes you can play: Barbarian, the Elf, the Wizard, the Dwarf. They all had different abilities, and there's 14 different quests, and you can actually create your own quests, which is really cool. And it's also created and developed by Games Workshop, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with. They have stores in malls and various outlets, so retail stores. So let's open this up and let's check it out. Inner part has kind of the assembly and what to put together. This is kind of the folder, so you basically have one guy playing Zargon, the evil guy, and the other guy's playing the heroes. And this is what the evil guy would have in front of him, and the other players wouldn't see this, okay? And this is their hit points and body damage for different villains, okay? Comes with a board, and the board looks pretty plain right now, but I'll get into a little later on how that becomes a lot more cool looking, okay? You've got your instruction booklet, which is really important to have, of course. You get your quest book, which has a different quest. A little pamphlet here explaining the different expansion quests, game systems and stuff, and these are available on eBay, and I'm sure. As far as I know, they don't make this game anymore at the retail stores, okay? You get your different weapons and your furniture stuff. These are like doors you can assemble. These are these are the heroes. They're like energy card or profile card, so to speak. Got your character sheet right here. These are different spell cards, okay? These are different pieces for the map. These are your die, which come in handy. I'll get to why these are important. Okay, these are basically where your battles happen using these bad boys. Okay. And then you open this up. And this is all your enemies, your heroes, and this is all your furniture. So let me explain kind of how this game is actually playable from 2 to 5, up to 5 players. There's Zargon, who's the enemy, who's kind of controls the map, the board, where the enemies are. And then there's 4 heroes. I'm going to show you the 4 different heroes you can choose from. You can choose from the Barbarian, okay? And let's put him here. And this is what the Barbarian figure looks like, okay? You have the Dwarf. And right here, this is where the action die, and this is a defend die. These are kind of what you have to, how many die you can roll to attack and defend, and you got your body points. Barbarian's the strongest guy, and then they all have their different strengths and weaknesses, I guess. Here's a picture of the Dwarf, okay? And then you've got the Wizard, and he's only got 1 attack die, but he can cast spells, which is cool. And then the Wizard is this guy right here. And of course, you got the Elf, who's kind of, I guess, kind of in the middle as far as attack and defend. And Overround, probably one of the better characters to choose from because he's all around, okay? You also got these different cards here, and there's cast spells, and each room that you go to, there's treasures and stuff, you can get spells. Now the enemy, I showed you this thing earlier, has this informational card right here, and the heroes don't see this. It basically shows you the villains, and it shows you their movement squares. They don't roll die to move, but they have a set number of squares they can move maximum amount. Now for goblins can move 10 squares each time. Now, you don't have to move all 10 at one time. It shows you how many attack die, how many defend die, body points, and mind points. So basically 1 hit will kill a goblin. It gets progressively harder. Now the point of the game is you go into each room, you collect treasures, and there's one in each room. And there's booby traps too, which I don't have time to get into it during this video, but I really recommend this game. So let's check out how this game works. Okay, guys, so what we need to do is decide which hero we want to decide to pick. So we got 4 to choose from. I'm going to pick the Barbarian, okay? And Zargon has this book, this quest book, and no one else sees this book. And see the stairway right there? Stairway on the bottom left there? If you see, I put that on the map, and there's a door. So that's where you always start from. We're going to do quest 1, okay? So he gets to roll 2 die to move, and he rolls a 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Before we complete, we're going to open this door. Okay, and you can say search hallway, and once you search hallway, you look at the quest here and see there's a doorway right here, and then there's also a wall right there. So what we got to do is we've got to put our wall down and our door there. People cannot see the rooms until they enter the rooms. Okay, so we're going to put a wall there, and we're going to place a door right here, okay? So I roll again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna open this door up, okay? And then this is where it gets cool, guys. This is where it gets real cool. So you can see in the room there, you see this furniture here. So let's go ahead and place this room up and place our characters there. Okay, so basically I set it up where it just like the map said, and I got two gremlins there, and I moved the Barbarian inside. You got all the shelving and stuff. You got another door, and to make a long story short, what you got to do is once you're adjacent to an enemy, you roll your die, and in this case the Barbarian has 3 die to roll. If you roll a skeleton, that's a hit. If you roll a shield, if you're getting attacked, that's defend. And if you roll this thing right here, that's defend for the enemy. And then the goblins have an attack that they can attack too. And basically, it kind of works like a role-playing game where you have X amount of hit points and etc. so forth, so you can die. The premise of the game is really to look for treasures. You can attack, complete the level, kill. There's one room where there is the main enemies at. For example, in Quest 1, you can see him in this room right here. That's where the Varag is his name, and that's kind of the point is to kind of complete the board. And in each room, there's hidden treasures, there's hidden booby traps. It's a super fun game, guys. Actually, what's interesting, it was actually going to be ported to the Nintendo. There was actually a Nintendo game that was going to come out for Heroes Quest. Never came out, but you can find homebrews out there that have it on there. I might pick one up and show you some gameplay. But I remember playing this game as a kid. Huge fan of it. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, take care.